So that brings us to the end of this module. In this module, we started off by getting an introduction to the File System Watcher class. So for example, we learned about the internal buffer size property, the Notify Filter property, and also the Filter property. We then headed into Visual Studio and we refactored the application from the previous module to use a File System Watcher instance. We then saw that we can drop files into the input directory and they can automatically be picked up for processing. As part of this, we learned that we may get duplicate File System Watcher events occurring. So we learned a couple of possible ways to deal with this, one that uses a concurrent dictionary instance and one that uses a memory cache instance. We then added some additional code to check that if there are any existing files in the input directory when the application starts, they'll be picked up and processed. And finally, we discussed some testing considerations to bear in mind if you're writing an application that makes use of a File System Watcher. So now we have an application that can automatically respond to input files dropped into the watched directory, but currently we're not actually processing any of the file contents. In the next module, we'll learn how we can process file contents by reading the entire file into memory, doing some processing, and then writing it out to disk.